Hello and welcome to the Audio Dad Chronicles. I'm Shale, and today we're going to dip our feet back into the world of K-pop with the massive smash hit Black Swan from BTS. So I haven't listened to pretty much any K-pop ever in my life with the exception of a couple of tracks from the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. And I've been meaning to get back into it, just kind of keep putting it off because it's not really my thing. But isn't that kind of the point of the channel? So I got to make up for that. So BTS has been high on my list of things to do, but again, I just kept putting it off. And then I read just very recently in some music news that all 7 members of BTS have completed their mandatory military service in South Korea, where they're from. I thought that was pretty cool that all the members of BTS showed up for work, so to speak. They're required in South Korea. Everybody is required in South Korea, or at least males. I'm not sure if it applies to the females or not. I didn't look into that fact. But regardless, it is a requirement in South Korea that all certain people are required to perform a certain amount of mandatory military service. And, being one of the biggest pop artists in their country, they probably could have dodged that. They could have moved for a while. They could have probably pulled some strings in their government or whatever, but they didn't. They did their duty. They showed up for work. They performed their services, and good on them. We're very proud of them for that, even though I don't really know them in the slightest. But regardless, they're going to be back soon. So I think that means that I need to get into them, find out what they were all about. And as it happens, this particular song, as of the time of this viewing, has 579 million views. And none of them are mine. So let's change that. This is BTS Black Swan. And if you suddenly hear or see some things in the background, my cat Saturn, a black cat to be specific, is in the middle having the zoomies. So if you see some shadow figures going on in the background, my house isn't haunted that I know of. I just have a cat. That's Saturn. Say hi. He's in here somewhere. I keep hearing him. Anyway, let's go Black Swan for the black cat.
뛰지 않는데 너는 음악을 들을 때 또 shine up for love 시간이 멈춘 듯해 Oh that will be my first thing I'll be nowhere to find her
희귀한 나를 더 못 들린다면 내 가슴을 더 떨리게 못한다면 어쩜 이렇게 한번 죽겠지 아마 But if the moment's right now, right now 귓가에 있는 이 심장 소리만 bum 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 벗어날 해도 그 입속으로 점점점 어떤 노래도 와닿지 못해 소리 없는 소리 질러 모든 빛이 침묵하는.
Okay, quick little pause on this one. Fat beat. I like that. Definitely into some electronic music. I don't listen to a whole lot of dance, but I've gone to my share of raves back in the day, certainly. I do produce a little bit of electronic and industrial music on my own, so really appreciating the electronic aspects of this. And certainly so far, anyways, very cool instrumentation with the guitars, very oriental sounding, as you would expect, being an Asian country in Korea. But I like this so far. It's got a good vibe to it. It's got a really cool beat going on. Haven't heard all the singers yet, I don't believe, but we've at least heard a few of them. We've seen that they can all dance pretty well, and I think that's pretty much a requirement. Well, hello. That was Saturn. How you doing, buddy? He's going to make a lot of noise. Anyway, really digging it so far. This is really cool. It is what it is. It is K-pop, and like I say, that's not really my usual thing, but that's kind of what this is all about on the channel. It's discovering new music, and hoping my cat doesn't knock my guitars over while he's having fun up there. It's going to be one of those nights with him, I see. I'm getting no sleep tonight. Anyway, we should get back in the music. This is pretty cool. I'm really, really digging this so far. Like I say, nice fat beat, got some good dance moves going on. And I fully expect to hear a great range of harmonies in an artist like this. But let's back this up, take it from the top, appreciate it some more. Really like that guitar. Finger style you can hear is definitely played on an acoustic instrument, steel strings. You hear the finger squeaks. Great dancing.
이게 나를 더 못 돌린다면 내가 숨을 더 돌리게 못한다면 어쩜 이렇게 한번 죽겠지 아마 But if the moment's right now, right now 귓가에 있는 이 심장 소리만 Bum, bum, bum 벗어날 해도 그 입속으로 점점점 어떤 노래도 와닿지 못해 소리 없는 소리 질러 모든 빛이 침묵하는 바다에
Okay, another quick little pause there, just making some observations along the way. One thing I actually will be honest, I'm a little surprised to hear is the amount of auto-tuning in this. And that's not a judgment. I have no objections whatsoever to artists using auto-tune. Whether you're using it for the minor pitch corrections just to, speed things up, make it a little more efficient in the studio, or if you're going full share and believing in what you do, wink wink on that one, Lil Wayneing it up and very obviously doing some manipulation for the intentional effect, which is what they seem to be doing here. They are really utilizing the autotune effect to do the pitch shifting, and it's very clearly on purpose to create that sound. It's a sound, and they're using it. No, the main reason why I say I'm a little surprised by that is just my initial assumption, which doesn't make me right by any means. When you got 7 people singing, it's almost like they're going to be chosen. They're a pop group. They're built for an effect. They're built for their looks, for their dancing, for their singing. And my assumption would always be that, they're going to occupy different vocal ranges. They're going to have somebody who can sing low, somebody that can sing really high, maybe someone who's got a little bit more power for that belting. Thinking things like, K-pop Demon Hunter and songs like that where they're have very prominent, powerful vocals. This is very subdued almost at this point. It's good, but the ranges aren't what I thought I might be experiencing. I thought I'd be seeing, I don't know why I would have an artist like Backstreet Boys or NSYNC in my head other than just knowing that they're a quote-unquote manufactured pop band producing very overproduced, dance-oriented music. But they're a little more compact. Their ranges are a little more compact, and they're using the autotune effect instead of a different singer hitting those notes. Again, just an observation, just not what I thought I would be catching, but still a cool use of the effect. And, well, there's 7 of them, so I'm sure we're going to get a big range of voices regardless of that fact. But let's back it up a little and let it keep going. Of course, you gotta have the choreographed dance moves. I do like how they alternated between English and Korean when they sing. I think that's kind of cool how artists do that. Oh, cool.
차라리 내 맘 녹아게 내가 뛰어들어갈게 가장 깊은 곳에서 나는 날 봤어 천천히 난 눈을 떠 여기 나의 작업실 내 스튜디오 하루 깜깜하게
Love this set, this theater that they're in. What a beautiful venue.
귓가에 빠른 심장 소리만 뻥뻥뻥 두 눈을 뜨고 나의 숲으로 점점점 그것도 내 삼킬 순 없어 힘껏 내 소리 질러 모든 빛을 침묵하는 바닥에 길 잃은 내 발목을 또 잡아 어떤 소리도 들리지 않아 Killing me now, killing me now Do you hear me? Holding 듯 천천히 가라는 장난 몸부림쳐 봐도 사방이 바닥나 모든 순간들이 영원히 돼 Feeling me now, feeling me now Do you hear me?
Again, that theater, what a gorgeous venue. Well lit, just very ornate. What an amazing place. That'd be really, real cool to have the opportunity to perform in a location like that. Oh, wait, not quite done yet. Let's let it go up just that little bit more. Wow, that was pretty cool. I really dug that. Wasn't quite what I was expecting. I thought, like I say, I might be hearing a little bit more range in the vocals to make use of the 7-piece versus what, to me at least, and now being very unfamiliar with the different singers and the different voices, I don't know how many different people we were hearing taking a lead versus, just being some of the yeahs in the background. How many of them are there as dancers primarily versus a range of vocalists? I really thought that I'd be hearing a little bit more range, some low bassy baritone singers, some higher a cappellas, people in the middle with the bigger harmonies, but instead we got a bit of an auto-tune fest. And that's okay. Just not what I was expecting. But that's okay. Isn't that the point? That's why I'm here. To hear something I've never heard, to experience something I wouldn't have expected. And that's what I got. So that was my second artist delving into the world of K-pop. That was BTS, who, as I understand, are one of the bigger names in the industry. And yet again, mad props to all 7 of them for doing their duty, stepping up and joining the military as is expected of them. They didn't dodge it. They didn't run away. They didn't hide. They did their job and they did their service. Good on them. That was really cool. I guess they'll be back soon. I assume, can have some new music. And I'll be keeping my eye open for that. Thanks for coming along on the ride on this one. I hope to see you again.